Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This 15-minute abs and core strength workout is designed to be done on its own or tagged onto any of my other yoga videos. You don't need any equipment today, but if you'd like to make this more of a power workout, grab a weight. I've got my 1 kilogram here, but you can use anything from a heavy book to canned beans or even canned coconut milk, and turn this into your weight. Now, using weights isn't part of the traditional yoga practice, but that's the beauty of having a home practice. You can mix it up and make it yours, and let's have a little fun with this one. So save this to your yoga playlist, and if you're rewatching this, use the timestamps below to head straight to the practice. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Jaime at Enlightened, feeding your mind, body, soul. All through January, you'll get shorter yoga and meditation sessions just like today's, and other times you'll get nutrition and lifestyle videos. All tools to help you stress less yet accomplish more. So hit that like button and subscribe if you want more like this. Often when we're busy, we tend to let our fitness and movement practices slip when they're really one of the things that can help us stay focused and energized. And it's much easier to find the time for a short burst of 15 minutes movement and to do it more often. On the days when you have more time, stack on another one of my short yoga videos. So try this one daily and see how you feel after a week. If you're ready to get going, grab your mat and let's get started. Let's start today in reclined butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. So laying down on the floor with the soles of the feet together, knees out on either side of you. Beautiful. If you're using a weight today, grab it between both hands. And even if you're not using a weight today, on the next inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch while we're here. Beautiful. And as you exhale, draw the spine flat along the mat. Beautiful. And as you exhale, moving into butterfly sit-ups. As you exhale, lift the arms up, shoulders off the floor, tuck the chin into the chest and roll yourself up, drawing the hands beyond the toes. Good job. Inhale, roll yourself down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. And as you exhale one more time, continue doing this in your own time and ensuring that you're doing this slowly with control. As you exhale, lifting and squeezing all the muscles in the midsection. The more slowly and with control you can do this, the more you're going to get into the deeper muscles in the abdominals. You could do the same exact movement with speed, but if it's not done with control, you're not really working the deeper muscles. You're literally just cheating because you're simply using momentum to move you into this action rather than working strongly from within the core. So once again, as you exhale, roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra, squeezing all of those midsection muscles and draw the hands through beyond the toes. And then as you inhale, very slowly lower yourself down again, vertebra by vertebra. Even as you're lowering yourself down, you're still working strongly into those midsection muscles. One more time as you exhale, lift and squeeze. And inhale, release. Good job. Continue to hold the weight if you are coming into boat pose. So we can start with boat pose with the knees bent, with the weight out in front of you. And even if you're not working with a weight today, simply drawing the fingertips straight. Drawing the navel into the spine, lift the heart up towards the sky, and lift out of the lower back, ensuring that you're not dumping into the lower back and rounding the spine. Rather, lift it up. And lift the heart up and draw that belly strong. Beautiful. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, straighten the legs out in front of you. And now let's move into rowing our boat. As you inhale, lower down and straighten the legs. As you exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Once again, going slowly in your own time and continuing to draw that navel strongly into the spine. As you lift, remember to lift up out of the lower back as well. As you inhale and lower the legs down, continue to point the feet, pull up on the kneecaps and keep those legs strong. Activate those thighs. Keep them strong so they're not floppy as you lower down. Good job. One more time, keep going, row that boat. And exhale, release. Good job. Now removing the weight away from you, coming into a reverse tabletop. So feet are about hip width apart. Hands are slightly behind you with the fingertips pointed towards the front of the mat. On the next exhale, let's lift the hips up and squeeze the inner thighs together. Beautiful. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift the hips up as high as you can go and squeeze those inner thighs together. And if it's available to you, dropping the head back. Beautiful. Inhale, release. Let's do it one more time. As you exhale, lift the hips up, squeeze those inner thighs together, drop the head back, otherwise tuck the chin into the chest. And on the next inhale, as you release, don't come back down onto the floor, but swing the hips back through the hands as far as you can go. Round the spine and really squeeze the navel into the spine this time. Straighten the legs and press the heels into the floor. Good job. Inhale, let's come back into reverse tabletop one more time. Lifting the hips up towards the sky, squeezing those inner thighs together. Nice. As you exhale, let's swing those hips back and through beyond the hands as much as you can. Really round the spine and draw the navel in, straighten those legs and press those heels into the floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes. Inhale, lifting up into tabletop. Press those hips up to the sky. Squeeze those inner thighs. And inhale, drawing the hips back. And really suck that navel into the spine. Good job. Let's do this a few more times in your own time. Keep going. One more time. Beautiful. And exhale, release. Yep, I feel you. Now let's come back into boat pose one more time. Grabbing the weight between both hands once again if you're using a weight today. So remember to continue sucking the belly in, lift up out of the lower back and lift the heart up towards the sky. This time we're gonna go kayaking. So this is kind of like the Russian twist, except that the hands are making the figure 8 or the infinity symbol, working strongly and deeply into those side obliques. So you're twisting at the torso with the hands. And even if you're not using a weight today, moving your hands and your arms in this figure 8 or infinity symbol. And once again, using strength and control, go as deep and slow as you can, really working into those side obliques, rather than using speed and momentum, because that's kind of cheating. You're not really working so deeply if you're using speed and momentum to get you there. So option 1, continue twisting from the torso this way. At any point if you start to feel really tired, you can also place the toes on the floor. If you're placing the toes on the floor, continue to point the toes and draw the knees together so you're still actively working through those legs. So option 1, staying here, or option 2, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, go a little bit more challenging today. As you exhale, straightening those legs out. Continue with the hand movements. So exhale, straighten the legs, inhale back to center, exhale, straighten the legs, inhale back to center, exhale, straighten the legs, inhale back to center. Continue moving, and then perhaps if you want to slow that down one more time, feeling into all of those deep muscles. Keep going. You're doing so good. Remembering to continue drawing the navel into the spine. Lift out of the lower back. One more round. Good job. Now exhale, release. Laying down on the floor. As you exhale, draw the knees in. Take a quick short breather here to catch your breath. Well done. Now moving down into the next exercise, up and down legs and hands. So as you're laying down on the mat, grabbing the weight if you're using one today between the hands, legs up towards the sky, hands up towards the sky as well. As you inhale, lower both the legs and the hands down towards the floor. And as you exhale, lift them back up towards the sky one more time. So continue this action in your own time, ensuring that your spine always stays flat along the mat. If at any point you start to feel that lower back goes into an arch, then perhaps don't lower the legs down towards the floor so low. Keep them a little bit higher. Or as you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest before you straighten the legs up. So option 1, inhale, lowering the legs and hands down. Exhale, drawing the knees in before you straighten the legs up. Option 2, inhale, straighten the legs and the hands down, but continue with straight legs and hands as you exhale, lifting them up. Option 3, for a bit more of a challenge, continue this action as you lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Now, if you're doing this, ensuring that your spine always remains flat along the floor, and also ensuring that your neck is kept open and free, and perhaps looking up towards the sky if that helps to release a bit more tension in the neck. And just observe what's going on with the face. Are you holding tension in the face? Let's get a bit of a smile going. Good job. Let's do one more round. Beautiful. And release. Quick short rest. Keeping the soles of the feet on the floor. Your feet are as wide as the mat. And then placing the knees against each other. And just catching your breath for a little bit. Nice. Moving into alternating scissor claps. So as you lay on the floor, legs go up towards the sky. If you're using a weight today, grabbing the weight between both hands. And even if you're not using a weight today, on the next inhale, lift the hands up overhead. If you have a weight today, have it in your right hand. As you exhale, lower the left leg down to the floor. Clap behind the right leg and transfer the weight to the left hand. Inhale, leg up, hands overhead. Exhale, right leg down to the floor, clap behind the left leg, now transfer the weight to the right hand. And inhale, leg up, hands overhead. Continue transferring the weight as you clap behind the legs. Now, if you're not using a weight today, all you need to do is just clap the hands behind each leg that's up towards the sky. Slow, controlled movements. Now, if you're finding this really challenging, option 1, as you lower the leg, you can lower it all to the floor. Option 2, you can keep that leg off of the floor as it's being lowered. Option 3, head and shoulders are lifted away from the floor. Again, if you're doing this, just ensuring that you keep that neck nice and open, nice and loose. Whichever option you're choosing, ensuring that your spine is flat along the floor. And always keeping that neck released, looking up towards the sky if that helps. And once again, as you lower that leg, can you keep that leg straight and engaged? So you're using the entire body, you're using those legs, not just the core and the abs. Keep going. You're doing really well. One more round. And release. Good job. Now rest, quick short break. Feet are as wide as the mat. Knees are placed against each other. Or if you prefer, as you exhale, draw the knees into your chest. Now this time, moving into some oblique work. Placing the left ankle on the right thigh. If you are holding the weight, have it in both hands and place them onto the outside of the left knee. So even if you're not using a weight today, simply just drawing the fingertips over to the left side beyond the left knee. So we're gonna pulse here. If this is too much on the hips, place both soles of the feet on the floor. Think of lifting that right shoulder off the floor, squeezing diagonally down the midsection towards the left knee. So lift the right shoulder off the floor, squeeze it towards that left knee. And even though we're doing short pulses here, once again, think of working deeply into those muscles rather than using speed and momentum where you're not actually really working any of those inner muscles. How much more do you need to fire up the insides of the obliques all the way through down the diagonal midsection for you to really be feeling that fire? And then exhale, release. Good job. Other side. This time placing the right ankle on that left thigh, holding the weight in both hands or drawing the fingertips over onto the outside of that right knee. This time as you exhale, lift and squeeze that left shoulder towards that right knee. And once again, thinking of squeezing that diagonal line down that midsection. Lift and squeeze and pulse here. Once again, if this is too much on the hips, continue to place both soles of the feet on the floor as you draw the fingertips through beyond that right knee. Five more, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Exhale, release. Let's do a quick little counter balance. So coming back into reverse tabletop one more time. Feet are parallel towards each other, about hip width apart. Hands are slightly behind you, fingertips pointed to the front of the mat. As you exhale, lift the hips up to the sky and squeeze those inner thighs together, tucking the chin into the chest or dropping the head back. Inhale, dropping the hips down to the floor. Exhale, lift the hips back up again. And then inhale, release. Beautiful. Now coming into seated butterfly this time. Placing both soles of the feet on the floor. But this time, instead of drawing the feet close towards you, placing the feet away from you so that the legs come into a loose diamond shape. So we're taking a bit more of a yin approach to this one. Just simply releasing, surrendering, allowing the breath to settle, allowing the mind to settle. And just feel the shoulders drape around the spine, rounding the spine, releasing, relaxing. Taking a few moments here in butterfly, settling the breath, allowing the mind to be open and free. Taking a short savasana if you'd like to, or continue on to my next video, a 15-minute yoga to strengthen and tone, or an intermediate vinyasa flow. If you enjoyed this practice, do give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell too if you want to be notified when that next video drops. All through January, I've got short yoga practices to help you flow through your busy life with more grace, ease, and flow. So I'll see you in the next one.